Hi, welcome to my channel, Tech Tarot. Today is January 20th, Tuesday, 2026. So before I get started, I just want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you and gives you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. I just heard get it, got it, good. I haven't heard that in years. Get it, got it, good. I haven't heard that in forever. I mean, like, years. That's something I used to say in grade school. What is that? So there's something that's coming up from the past, your childhood. I don't know if this is like memories, a situation, something that you suppressed or overlooked, or maybe stopped nurturing, stopped paying attention to. All right. Childhood is kind of like popping out at me right now. Okay. Just things, maybe things that you enjoyed from your childhood. I keep seeing this thing. It's like a similar phrase or sentence or whatever on the internet, and it's like when you get a certain age, within a certain age bracket, like your 20s or your 30s or your 40s or your 50s, right? Let's just say your 50s as an example, all right? And it's like your 50s are for you to enjoy the things that you couldn't enjoy when you were in your 40s, or your 30s are for you to enjoy the things that you couldn't enjoy in your 20s because you were too busy surviving, whatever. All right, so it's something like that. All right, now is the time for you to enjoy the things that you truly enjoy, things that bring you that sense of like childlike excitement, joy, wonder, curiosity. Okay, whatever you just, the things that children enjoy are so innocent, and it's just, it truly brings them like happiness. All right, so whatever you enjoyed, whatever hobbies, whatever niches, whatever, I don't know, things that you found interesting, I feel like you're in a space where you can enjoy those now. You have time, you have the space for it, you have the emotional space, the mental space, maybe some of you the financial space, maybe some of you the physical space, right? But it's like you now have the space to do so. So that's that. All right, that's that. Okay, so I'm seeing this deck. Actually, let me just bring both of these down. Oh. Oh. I just heard it is the ass crack of dawn. That's so funny to me. I don't know why. The ass crack of dawn. Where are these phrases coming from? That's funny. All right. All right. I need more coffee, actually. That's like, I chose to pour myself a small, decent, graceful cup of coffee, right? Because I'm like, there's always coffee left over. Now I'm checking through that. So, alright. Okay. I feel like today's gonna be a good day. Yeah, and I got this new show that I started. Whew. It's a good day. Oh my gosh, I should go to the store and stock up on some snacks. Nah. Oh. Okay. I know why. Alright, let me get one beautiful card. I got two. Alright. The first card literally says, do not hide your light. I kid you not. Right? I wanted to say te lo juro, which is like, I swear to you, which is in Spanish, right? Te lo juro. But it's funny because I was just saying whatever brought you that sense of joy, that sense of childlike wonder, curiosity, excitement, right? From when you were a child. And it usually starts off when you're a child, right? You can always, if you really pay attention, you can always tell what really brings a child joy, what lights them up, right? If you really pay attention, if you really look and listen, right? So I feel like a lot of you are in that part of your lives where it's like this amplifies my light. This is feeding my light. This is making me happy. And you're going for it, right? You now, I keep getting like space, like you now have the space to do so, like the mental space, like maybe you felt like you couldn't, or maybe you were shamed into not, or maybe you were guilted into not, or maybe you were too worried, or whatever, right? That's mental. Emotional, maybe you're now like being graceful with yourself, kinder with yourself, being more appreciative, loving yourself. Financially, maybe you had an interest in a certain hobby and you couldn't afford it, right? But that interest never went away, and now you can. Maybe physical space, like you just couldn't because your environment, like maybe where you lived, or if you lived with people or had roommates or family members, you couldn't really explore that hobby because maybe people were stealing your things, or you just didn't have your own personal space. I don't know. Whatever it is, okay? And now you can. Now you are. You have the space to do so. Two cards came out, though. Wow, actually, 39 and 40. So, yeah, the first card is do not hide your light. So, I feel like a lot of you are just now embracing it, okay? Like, yeah, this is what brings me joy. Like, if you want to, I don't know, go rock climbing, you can never go rock climbing, right? Because maybe there was never a rock climbing gym, or you couldn't afford the chalk, or I don't know. And now you can, right? You're tall enough, you have the finances, you have the transportation, so now you can rock climb to your heart's desires. Okay? But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. A lot of you might not feel supported in this. Right? And a lot of you could be realizing that, and you know what? You're just gonna have to be like, you know what? If I'm not being externally supported, that's okay, because I support myself. I am my biggest team. And you have God. God supports you. That's why God put that spark in your heart in the first place, right? I don't know, there's something here. And so it says, and is it lonelier at night? Right? He's got a lot of owls around him. I feel like this is like a masculine energy. I feel like this is... So this might be for a masculine, like this might be for a masculine or divine masculine. But take it how it resonates. This could be for feminine, divine feminine, right? I don't know why, but I feel like this reading is a bit more masculine. Or it could just be the overall energy of you just taking action and doing what it is that you want to do, right? So that right there is masculine energy. So, taking control. So, again, back to this card. The thing is with this, though, right? It isn't lonelier at night. A lot of you might not be feeling supported. Right? Like, you want to shine. You want to go for what makes you happy. Obviously, if it's not hurting yourself, hurting anybody else, or disappointing the Most High God, right? Obviously. Hello, common sense. A lot of you want to go towards what makes you happy, what's in your heart, right? And at the same time, a lot of you might not be feeling supported. You might feel like people are looking down on this, looking down on you, not really caring, not really respecting, not really understanding. And that's okay. That's okay. It might be tough and it might be lonely and it might seem bleak and gray, but at the end of the day, ultimately, it might, oh my gosh, and it might feel that way as well, of course, right? Like feeling like no one, whatever, understands, or no one supports, or no one gets it, okay? Like the oddball out, but you know, that shouldn't stop you from going towards your heart. That shouldn't stop you from what really makes you happy. That's not, and I really feel like you're at that point where it's not going to anymore. It's not going to. You're a whole adult. Who do you have to be afraid of? What do you have to be afraid of? Other than God. Be realistic. Come on. Like, what is it that you need to be afraid of to where it's preventing you from following your heart? Nothing. Nobody. As long as you're not doing anything illegal and you're not hurting anybody, then what are you, like, realistically speaking, where's the fear coming from? Right? And I feel like a lot of you are coming to the wise understanding too that, like, at the end of the day, if nobody supports you externally, that kind of also doesn't really matter either, because you support yourself and God supports you, right? If nobody understands, then that's fine. You know, you understand. You know why you're doing this. You know the things that you're doing this because it makes you happy. You're doing it because you want to, because it's like you love rock climbing, right? It's just, and it's great exercise, and it's invigorating, and the adrenaline, and ringing the bell, and I don't know, right? I've been rock climbing before, so there's usually like a bell or like a buzzer at the top. Depending on the gym, though. Sometimes there isn't anything. So I feel like it's kind of like one of those things where you realize you're alone in the things that you like, or alone in the relationship that makes you happy, right? Like, you could be with someone who is perfect for you, sweet, kind, generous, understanding, 1221 I seen, blah, 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 but no one really understands why you're with that person. But it's not for them to understand, right? Or why you're at that job, or why you're in that town, or why you're in that environment, or why you're doing this hobby, or why you're watching that show, or why, whatever it is, but it's not for them to understand. It's for you to enjoy. It's for you to be at peace. It's for you to be happy. Okay? And I feel like a lot of you are at that age where it's just like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about why. I just don't understand why you have to take a walk every day, every morning. And whether if it's cold or raining or smoke, like scorching heat, I just don't understand why you have to take a walk. That's fine. You don't have to understand. That's something I enjoy doing, so I'm going to do it. You don't have to. Don't worry about it. Right? And the best part is you don't even have to explain why you enjoy it. You just do. So I feel like you guys are a lot of you are at that age in your lives where you're just doing what you want to do. You're not over explaining. You're not going out of your way to prove anything, or like, if you don't understand it and if you don't like it, cool. It is what it is. But I'm gonna keep doing what I want to do, because that's what makes me happy. I'm gonna keep right. I was also getting something about hot wings. Like, I don't know, like, the example that I got yesterday was, I don't even know why I'm in this bag, honestly. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I was grabbing Kipper. So the example that I got was hot wings, right? Last night. Actually, that sounds pretty good. But anyways, and it was like someone who ate hot wings, right? Spicy hot wings, whatever. And they couldn't handle the heat. They couldn't handle the heat, so they stopped eating it. They stopped eating it, and because they can't handle it, and as much as they want to, they admire it, they like it, it tastes good, but they cannot handle the heat. So that kind of prevents them from being able to enjoy something they really want to enjoy, right? So instead of just leaving it alone, they condemn it. Oh yeah, you shouldn't eat those wings because they're way too hot. I burnt my tongue. Meanwhile, you could be eating hot wings and the heat's fine. It's not even like, you know, it's not really affecting you. It's not bothering you. It's not hurting you. Right? So I feel like somebody wants to condemn something because they just can't do it. They can't understand it. Okay, they can't achieve it, which would be eating all the hot wings and, oh, that was delicious, I loved it, right? They can't say that because they can't even get past the first bite without like, I need milk, right? Meanwhile, you could eat a whole plate of hot wings and you're like, yeah, this is bomb, let's get some more. Okay, so I do feel like too, a lot of you might have felt some type of way because there was someone in particular in your energy that was condemning the very thing that you enjoyed or something similar, whatever, that they couldn't indulge in as well. They couldn't enjoy, they couldn't understand, they couldn't support, right? And that comes from deep within them. And I feel like a lot of you are just like, okay, well, if you don't like hot wings, then you don't like hot wings. I'm still going to eat hot wings. Well, I just don't understand. Okay, great. I don't care if you don't understand. I like hot wings. I'm going to eat them. That's it. I don't care about what you have to say. I just think it's too hot and you can get ulcers and, you know, spicy foods is this and too much of that is not good for you. Okay, well then I guess we'll find out. Because I'm still going to eat hot wings. Right? So it's like they're trying to like, I feel like there's like been this energy hovering around you for a very long time, like psyching you out of the very things that bring you joy. Just because they couldn't indulge, understand, participate, revel in, okay? And you're just like, okay, well, that's enough of that. I want to do this. I like doing this. This makes me happy. That's that. All right? So, a lot of you are just going back. It's so simple. Just the things that bring you joy. When you look at children, when you, like, look at them play, like, the simple things, it's just so innocent, right? They can have fun just kicking rocks, or, you know, oh, I found this cool stick, right? Now they want to collect sticks for the rest of the day. And even it's just in that moment that they're truly, that's what's making them bright, right? They may forget about it the next day. They're children, right? Whatever. But in that moment, their passion right now is collecting sticks, right? Or looking at cool rocks, or I don't know, watching the bugs crawl on the little log. Whatever, right? There's something here that really like sparked this life in you, right? And a lot of you never forgot it. A lot of you never forgot it. I have like sometimes kids will like find something really, really cool and they'll give it to you, or like they'll keep it themselves, right? And months later go by, you're like, oh, this is garbage. They'll be like, no, that's my special rock. That's my special stick or whatever, right? And you're over here thinking, yeah, but you got this like 6 months ago. You found this in the park 6 months ago. But they remember that, you know, in finding that's what brought them joy. You see what I'm saying? It's something that was just so pure for you. And you're going back to that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like these cards are very dramatic. Yeah, so the first card that came out is poverty. Yeah, so I feel like the energy around you that was making you feel like you couldn't enjoy it, like you didn't have the proper space to enjoy this, like you couldn't make room for it in your heart, you couldn't really think about it, maybe financially, physically, environmentally, whatever the case it is. That energy was coming from this person or these people with a lack mindset, right? Because again, these are people, well, I can't enjoy hot wings and that's not fair, so they want to condemn it, right? If I can't enjoy hot wings, you can't enjoy hot wings, right? And it's just like, you're just pushing that on me because you feel like you're missing out. That's what that is, right? A lack mindset. You feel like you're missing out when you have plenty of other things to eat, right? So we have poverty that came out, all right? So for a lot of you, I feel like this energy is just really. I also feel like too, the more you went without really expressing what was in your heart, it was really it's so crazy because so you following your heart would bring in light, abundance, warmth, prosperity, right? Because you're following your heart. But a lot of you could also be realizing the more you neglected what was in your heart, the more you felt lacked, the more you felt taken away from, the more you felt uninspired and gloomy and bleak and dark and dull, and you know, because you're not following your heart. So it's like a lot of you were putting this poverty mindset on yourselves, and it's like, that's not true. You have a whole light within you. You have it in you. You have it in you. All right, but I feel like there was this energy because there are certain people that just, they don't have that light in them. They want to oppress people with light, right? So it's like, you don't have light, you don't have anything inside of you. That's what they would be saying, right? It's like, you don't have anything, you don't have light, you don't have worth, you don't, whatever spark that was, no, that's not, don't feed that spark, don't feed that light. And it's like, when that spark dies, you can't let it die. That's what's literally like feeding you. That's your own light, your own source. It's a gift. So I do feel like for a lot of you, you're done feeling in this energy of like, in lack of, gloomy, you know, there's something, it's like right there, like your lights, your interests, your gifts, your niches, your hobbies, your talents, your skills, right? It has to do with this light, right? That's within you. But I feel like a lot of you were under this like oppressed energy, like you couldn't, that's not, don't follow your heart kind of energy. And you're walking around with like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I, and I feel like it's because you weren't following your light, whatever was in your heart. Right? It could even be like building clay pots. Whatever, okay? Like there's something, like you were like lacking in something. It's just following your heart. Right? Just walking around, bleak, aimlessly, lost, sad, lost little child. And all you have to do is follow your heart. That's where the light is. That's where the path is. That's where you got to go. So. Yeah, there's this weird energy, or I feel like this has started from childhood for a lot of you. Right? Where there was like this weird oppressive energy where you couldn't follow your heart, or you were shamed into not following your heart, or shamed out of a relationship, shamed out of an opportunity, shamed, whatever this is, right? And it's like a lot of you have realized the more you went down that path, the more you were actually living this poverty mindset, this gloomy, dark, sad energy. And the entire time you're being like, I don't know, advised by spirit, by your guides, by God, like, just follow your heart. Just follow your heart. That's the only way to get out of this energy. And I feel like a lot of you are now at that age where you're just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with this energy. I don't care who doesn't understand. I don't care who doesn't approve. I don't care who doesn't like. I'm going to follow my heart. That's all you have to do. And I feel like a lot of you are doing that. All right. Pathway reverse. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you are not doing that anymore. Bad health in reverse. That's good. It's like the more you really neglect what's really in your heart, and neglecting your peace and your joy and your divinity and your light and your love, and that'll really kill you. That's like you're alive but you're dead inside. Alright? And I feel like a lot of you guys want to live. You guys want to experience life, and it really, you have to go back. What makes you happy? What do you want? What's in your heart? Right? And going down this pathway where you were neglecting your heart, neglecting your love, neglecting your hobbies, neglecting your peace, neglecting your joy, what's really in your heart that brings about this energy, it was leading you down a pathway of poverty, lack mindset, misery, right? Lost. You'll see it all the time. People who don't follow their heart, they be lost. They lose themselves in the world. They're just wandering around in the world aimlessly, just doing whatever to feel something, right? Just complicating things, right? I can always sense a lost soul when I see one. And it's just because you're not... Anyways, it's irrelevant. But yeah, going down this path really got you in this feeling like you're missing out. Like just... I feel like this is a reading for a masculine. Right? This is a masculine who's realizing, like, the way he's been living his life is not it. It's not the way. And he doesn't want to live that way anymore. He's seeking guidance, advice, wisdom. He wants to... he wants life, love, peace, joy, warmth, prosperity, abundance. I'm getting 10 of Pentacles. Or, oh my gosh, 10 of Cups is what I'm seeing. Alright? I mean, 10 of Pentacles is great too, but what this person really wants is emotional fulfillment. And the path that they've been going down, it has not been emotionally fulfilling them. And now they're like, you know what, I'm done. It's kind of like somebody who's like working at a cubicle, and then, you know, they're realizing, like, they're looking at all the piles of paperwork on their desk, and they're looking around, and they're like, what is this? What is this? Why am I here? Right? Who am I? Why am I here? What is it? Like, for what? Why? What is this? You know, they're like having like a realization, like a reality check, like something just hit them. And they're just like throwing the papers up in the air, and then they're announcing that they're quitting. Okay? So, alright? It's like they never wanted a cubicle job. They always wanted to travel, or they always wanted to work at the zoo, or they always wanted to be a veterinarian, or I don't know, okay? So, that's kind of what's going on with this individual. So, and I feel like this life that they're heading towards, okay, going towards what they really want, a lot of people around them, they're not going to understand it. Like, you work at a 9-to-5 cubicle job. I don't understand why you want to work at the zoo. It doesn't pay much, and this and that, and it's stinky and loud. They're not going to understand. And I feel like that's another reason why it says, and is it lonelier at night? I feel like it's going to be, this person's going to have a lot of lonely nights moving forward, because it's going to be like, what you want to do in your heart, people are not really going to understand it, but that's fine. They were never part of your lights anyways, right? They were just part of the mask that you were wearing. And as you move through this transition, right, you're going to have relationships are breaking off, friendships, you know, circles, networking, they're just not hitting the way they were before. It's just not going to be the same. But, you know, it's just not forever. 5 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this is some sort of internal struggle that this person has been dealing with, right? Fighting with themselves, fighting against their purpose, maybe even fighting against God. God's like, just all you gotta do is follow your heart. You're questioning every single day why you don't like your life, because you're not following your heart. It's very simple. And this person's like, no, it can't be that, it can't be that. No, it can't be that, it can't be that. No, because my mom said, and my brother said, and my dad said, and my cousin said, and my boss said, and my colleagues said. You're listening to what man says. That's not your heart. Alright? So this person, they're going through some sort of internal struggle right now. And I feel like they were fighting it because they didn't want to realize that the path that they have been going down, it's like, you ever see those people who are like they look successful, they look well put together, but on the inside, their spirit sucks. They bear no fruit. There's nothing. Their seeds don't work. I feel like this is for a masculine, right? Their seeds are no good. This could even be a masculine who could have been trying to have children, but for some reason, their seed is not working. Their seed is just not, right? Because, I hate to say it, but because the world doesn't need more of this energy. And where they are energetically at, it's like, okay. when a person is at a certain level of vibration energetically, okay, whether it's high or low, right? I feel like the world has had enough of this kind of energy and they can't procreate to bring about more of this energy, right? Now, if this person were to elevate, and it seems like they are going through some sort of elevation, spiritual journey, realization, reality check, it does seem like that. So there might be hope, 333 for this person, okay? This person is very supported in this journey of theirs, okay? I will say that. So when they get to a certain point, when they, a little bit more of vibration, just vibrate a little bit higher, just ascend a little bit more, right? I do believe they will be able to procreate. They will no longer be infertile. All right. It's just where they are energetically, especially too at the moment that they're trying to conceive. It's not the world. It's like God is like, I don't want more of this in the world. All right. I don't want more of that in the world. So no, not right now. Okay, so I feel like this person could have been walking around thinking that they were infertile as well. Okay? They're not infertile. It's just where they are energetically. They're not... God's not going to allow more of this. It's just... Okay? So, anyways. I don't know why I'm getting that. Like you're miserable, broken, dead inside. You're trying to bring life into this world. You don't have a lick of life inside of you. Do you understand what you're trying to do? Right? So that's what I'm saying. But it does seem like there is hope for this individual. Okay. The Devil, Jesus Christ. Upright came out. Temperance upright came out on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I feel like this person was really, really... This is that oppressive energy that I was talking about in the very beginning of this reading. The Devil. This person who, whatever energy that was really oppressing this individual, really had a hold on this individual to the point where this person, it's like no matter what they did, no matter who they connected with, no matter who they spoke to, no matter what job they had, no matter what car they drove, they just always felt poor, always felt not good enough, always felt lost, always felt dirty, always felt insignificant, insecure, right? That's that oppressive energy. That's that devil energy. All right? Could be a Capricorn's influence over this person, or whatever this energy was, whoever it came from, whatever it came from. It was like, you want to change, you want to put your dreams into reality. This is the way. You have to oppress what's in your heart. Let me show you the ways of the world. But God's like, you don't have to. If you want to make your dreams into reality, all you have to do is follow what's in your heart. You don't have to oppress it. You don't have to do devilish things and demonic things and live the ways of the world. Right? And this person, they thought that was the way. Right? Now they're fighting to get out of this energy because it's not doing anything for them. It's not fulfilling them. All right. So the fact that they're realizing that, that's a good sign. All right. What they do after that, I don't know. I can't tell you. But this is what's going on right now. Okay. So yeah, this is that oppressive energy, which is very sad. But someone is aware of this. It could be this masculine. They're aware of this. Right. I'm getting that one song, The Devil's on My Shoulder. It's by Beyonce. It's that one song, Pure Honey. 4, 3, I'm too busy. Check my technique. That's my technique. Right? It's a good song though, honestly, but you know. I see you. Bijou. Alright, let's see what else. Alright. right, Queen of Wands upright. It's funny because in the beginning of the reading, I talked about masculine energy. So now we have the Queen of Wands that's coming out. All right. A lot of you could be balancing out your energies. I feel like when I get masculine, heavy masculine energies, it's more like Wands, Queen of Wands, King of Wands energy, right? More of that fire movement energy, right? When I do readings and I think about that masculine energy, it's really more like Wands energy. So we get the Queen of Wands out here. I feel like you're trying to be more in the energy of just like, well, this is what I want to do. I don't care what you want me to do. I don't care what you want for me. I don't care this. I'm doing what I want to do, right? And if there's one thing with the Queen of Wands, you can't, just like the King of Wands, you can't tell her to do something she doesn't want to do, right? You can't. She doesn't want to do that. So you can't do that. Right? So King of Wands, Queen of Wands, I feel like you're in this energy of you're doing what you want to do. You're taking action towards the things that you want to do. You're stepping into your power. You could also be a very attractive individual as well, because the King of Wands or the Queen of Wands, I feel like, in my personal opinion, they are the most attractive in the whole court cards of the kings and queens, okay? They all have their own perspective, you know, traits and skills and blah, 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 right? But I feel like the King and Queen of Wands, they are the most attractive. That's just how they are, okay? So this could be an attractive individual that's just like, you know what? That could also be another thing, like, they're by them, they know that they're attractive, all right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, they could look well put together. They could have money, finances. They could be attractive. But why do they still feel unfulfilled? Why do they still feel poor? Why do they still feel dirty? There's something about this person feeling dirty, too. All right? Anyways. All right? So. Oh, look. 8 of Wands upright. This person, they want to talk to you. Oh, that's why. I had a very interesting dream last night, and it actually makes sense now. Oh, that's why I was seeing the infertile thing. So this person might... If you were to ask this person if they want to have children, they would say they don't know. Because deep down, they truly believe they are infertile, so they don't want to say yes or no or promise you something that they are not sure of themselves. That's something specific for one of you. I don't know. All right? So that might be a tricky conversation, but that's where that's coming from. Okay? This person could have tried to have children, but it just never happened. But it's because where their seed was at the moment they were trying to conceive is poison. It's not good. It's trash seeds. Okay? I hate to say it like that, but it is. All right? And the seeds are no good. You don't want that seed. God's like, I don't want that seed. You are not infertile, but that seed is no good. I don't want that. Okay? So that's that. I don't get that. I don't know. Right? Your egg could have been like, none of these are... And believe it or not, it's actually the egg that chooses the sperm. It's not the sperm. Whatever sperm gets there first. It's not that. It's the egg. Your best egg chooses the best sperm. It's scientifically proven. There's articles. You can Google it. You can read about it. I promise you that's how it is. That's a fact. Right? So your best egg was like, none of these... This is what you're giving me? I don't want none of this. This is the best you got? No. Okay? So, no. This is, no. We're not, no. Alright? But yeah, this person, they want to communicate with you, or you, if this reading is for you, you want to communicate with someone, right? Someone that you've always kept in your heart. Okay? It could be, if you are this masculine, oh my gosh, this Queen of Wands could be the person that's in your heart, right? Strong-willed. You can't tell them no. I mean, you can't tell them to do what they don't want to do, because that's a Queen of Wands, a King of Wands. You can't tell them to do something. Go do this. They're gonna look at you like, what? If you want to do it, you do it. I'm not your maid. I'm not your right? Very powerful, very in their own power, in their own lane, very attractive, intuitive, all right? Just very sensual power, okay? That could be someone you have in your heart, or you're just like now trying to balance out your energies, all right? So yeah, I do feel like there's someone that you want to communicate with. Now it is upright, so I don't know if that's you getting a green light to this. I feel like if this is upright, that could be a possibility that you are getting a green light to be able to communicate to this individual. Because for some of you, you've always kept someone in your heart, right? That just brings you joy. That's had this light, this spark, right? If you're this masculine, it could have been this Queen of Wands, all right? A very attractive woman standing in her power, does what she wants, but very fair because she's a queen, upright, has her own throne, okay? So, I don't know. Because it's like you have the green light to communicate, but behind that is the Nine of Cups reverse. So there might be some bad blood. There might be... It could be unrequited love, my friend. I don't know. You have to take it how it resonates. But... Ugh. Seven of Pentacles upright. So it would be the Eight of Wands upright, Nine of Cups reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles upright behind that. I feel like even though you have the green light to communicate with this person, if it's... Oh my gosh, that's why I've been reading that. So you're really going to have to put in some work. Okay? Like, I mean, you're really, really, really going to have to put in that work, that effort. You're really going to have to invest a lot of time and energy. Okay? I mean, like, you better work like you never worked before kind of energy. Like, you better get down on your knees and pray kind of energy. Pray. Okay? Because as of right now, what it seems so far is you got the green light for communication. But that doesn't mean that communication is going to work or have an effect or mean anything. All right? You're really, really, really... Whoever this masculine is, whoever you are, if it's for a person, a Queen of Wands, the Queen of Wands is not going to get up unless it's worth getting up. Right? She's not. The Queen of Wands will she's not with the shits. All right? She's not emotional, like, you know what, I'll listen to you, like the Queen of Cups, right? She's not like that. She's not going to sit there and debate like the Queen of Swords. No. She's not going to sit there and, you know what, I'll contemplate about this. You know, you're putting in the effort, I'll put in the effort. Like the Queen of Pentacles. She's not going to do that. The Queen of Wands is like, either you is or you ain't. Right? Very cutthroat, very straight to the point. Right? It's not just gonna, you're really gonna have to, when it comes to the Queen of Wands, if this is who's in your heart, you're really, 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 really gonna have to put in some effort and work. It's not gonna be easy. Winning over a Queen of Wands, you think that's easy? No. No, it's not. They're not really gonna give you the time of day as a Queen of Cups would. Right? Or be, you know, compassionate or understanding as the Queen of Cups would. Right? Now, if this was a Queen of Cups that, you know what I'm also getting to? If this was a Queen of Cups that turned Queen of Wands, or they're in their Queen of Wands energy, good luck. Right? Because this could be someone, if this is someone from your past, it's like they had time and love for you, but now they're not with the shits anymore. Right? So you're going to have to really impress the Queen of Wands. Right? Pray like you've never prayed before. Dance like you've never danced before. You're really going to have to show this Queen of Wands. Five of Pentacles on the fence. Yeah. And I feel like you might... Look, there's two people here. Two people here. Right? But it came out on the fence. Yeah. I feel like that's... Your energy is the Five of Pentacles on the fence. You're trying to get out of the cold. You're trying to, and I feel like a big majority of you is willing to do what is necessary to get out of the cold to grab this Queen of Wands' attention, right? So that's the thing too about the King of Wands or the Queen of Wands. Their attention span can be seen as fickle. All right, so you're really gonna have to do something to impress this Queen of Wands. Otherwise, she's gonna be like, "All right, I'm bored of this now. Next." Right? So you're really gonna have to work hard to get out of the cold, because as of right now, this person, this masculine that I'm reading for, they can't exactly go back to how things were before, but they also can't move forward. They can't get out of the cold. So they're kind of like stuck in a position, right? So they have the green light to communicate, but what can they communicate? How will they communicate? What will they say? That will grab your attention, that will make you be like, "Huh, I'm listening." All right? And I feel like that's what you're trying to figure out right now, masculine. The Hanged Man reverse. Yeah. So I feel like you still have a lot of work to do. You still have a lot of things that you need to kind of like work on and clear up and get rid of, like the clutter and things like that. You do. Right? Because it's like you have the green light to communicate, but you can't. What can you say? Right? You have the green light, but you can't go yet. It's like that. It's. Anyways. So, yeah. 8 of Swords reverse. Wow. This person was like in some sort of like jail or bind or bondage or... This person, whoever this masculine is, you still have things that you need to get rid of in your energy. You think you have a couple more things that you have to like be willing to give up, right? Sacrifice, get rid of, clear up. Because right now your energy is still not good enough for the collective. It's not. Okay? So whatever it is that you're doing, keep doing it, because it does seem like it's working, right? But you're not quite there yet. You're not quite there yet. 8 of Cups reverse. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you're still kind of wandering around like a lost child. You may be feeling abandoned, but that's a good example of something that you could be working on as well. Alright. 7 of Wands upright. And behind that is Strength. Yeah, you're gonna have to, whoever I'm reading for, this masculine, you're gonna have to you're still not done fighting the devil. You're not. I hate to say that, but you're not. You're not done. You're making progress, okay, which is good, but you still have quite a bit to go before you're able to get near this Queen of Wands, all right? Before you're able to, change this 5 of Pentacles energy from upright to reverse completely, okay? But the good thing is it went from upright to it's halfway, all right? But you still got a lot of fighting to do. You do. With the 7 of Wands upright and the Strength upright, you have the energy within you. You have the strength within you. You can do this, right? You can do this. Love is the greatest, strongest, most powerful thing ever in the universe, okay? And if you... some people fight for love, some people fight for fame. I feel like for you, you're kind of fighting for love. Despite the fact that from your perspective, it may seem unrequited and one-sided, but as long as you can be next to this Queen of Wands, you're willing to do that. Like I said, this is hard. You're going to have to put in the work. You're really going to have to put in the work. Get on your knees and start praying. And I feel like you're doing it. Yeah, with the 7 of Wands and the Strength card upright. Behind that is a 6 of Cups upright. Behind that is a King of Pentacles upright. Behind that is a Magician upright. Behind that is a Knight of Cups upright. This is your energy. You want to give this Queen of Wands an offer of love. An offer of loyalty. Right? An offer of redemption I'm getting. You're willing to do whatever it takes with this Magician energy. You're willing to do whatever it takes to be able to just offer this Queen of Wands something. Alright? You want to give this Queen of, like, with the Six of Cups upright, the King of Pentacles, right? Like I said, this person could be well put together. They have their job, their finances are attractive, they're this and that, right? But they feel poor. They feel unfulfilled. They don't feel satisfied. And I feel like whoever this masculine is, right? They listened to the devil of how to be this King of Pentacles, only for them to look down one day and realize this is not fulfilling me. I got everything I wanted, but I'm not happy. So this King of Pentacles, they want this Queen of Wands. They want to offer you this whatever this is. Look, the Eight of Swords again is reversed. Behind the Knight of Cups is the Two of Swords. They're just unsure of how to go about this. With the Knight of Wands behind that, they just know that they want to go towards you, but they have a lot of work to do. They have a lot of work to do. Right? And I'm not saying that it's not impossible. Alright? It's just going to take a lot of time, effort, patience. Okay? See, the thing is, the ways of the world does not teach you principalities. Or, oh my gosh, no. Virtues. It doesn't teach you virtues, right? Patience, understanding, empathy, compassion, kindness, right? It just teaches you how to get what you want, how you want it, right? Forget all those people, blah, blah, whatever, right? So I feel like this person, they're trying to, because again, when you're in that kind of energy and you're trying to procreate, you're just creating more monsters. You're creating more people that are selfish and greedy and cutthroat. The world has enough of that. And God's like, I don't want that. Not with my collective, I don't want that. Alright? Their fruit is no good. Their spirit is no good. Their seed is no good. It's not a good seed. Right? It's not good. Your eggs are like, ew. I don't want this. Okay? So I do feel like this person, they're realizing a lot of things. They have some internal war struggle within them, and they're trying to, you know, do the work, as long as it means that, I don't know, they can change their fate with you. Alright? So, do with that what you will. Alright, bye.